Who's excited for Blade Show in Atlanta for 2024? This guy is. Hey, so how y'all doing? I'm gonna go over with this in this video on Blade shows, kind of like my pack list, and give you some do's and don'ts for the show this year, based off of what I learned last year, and give you guys a heads up to what to expect if you're new. If this is your first year, pay attention, grab a notepad, and write all this down. Okay? So I'm gonna try to go as fast as I can because it's a lot. And that's why I want you to write this stuff down, okay? First of all, what to expect. How many people are going to be at the show? Somewhere between 1,500 to 2,000 people is on Friday. The first day is what I'm guessing is about the number of people that were there last year. And with a slight inflation to what I'm expecting there to be this year. So yeah, it's a lot of people. The second day, Saturday, not quite so much, and then Sunday, definitely far less number of people there at the show. But at any point in the show, you should expect a good solid 1,000+ people. So and there's over 900 booths, over 900 booths. So it's a lot of booths, a lot of knives. Whether you're spending one day there or all 3 days there, there's going to be stuff that you miss. And that's okay. That's okay. All right. The next thing that I want to mention is cash is king. Reception sucks in there. Self-service sucks inside the building. There's too much blocking it going on inside the building, and they do have one or two ATMs out in the lobby area for you to pull out cash, but very few people, booths have card readers for you to be able to pay with your card, so you're going to have to bring cash. I know a lot of people are uneasy about bringing large hundreds and hundreds of dollars in cash with them. You'll be alright, it'll be okay. I didn't have any issues with it last year. So, cash is king. Bring cash to pay for new knives and gear and stuff. Alright? The Atlanta weather. Atlanta's hot, especially during the summer. It's Georgia. So, beginning of June, it starts to get warm, and the humidity is pretty bad. So if you're from a place that you're not used to humidity, don't wear cotton, because when cotton gets wet from your sweat and the humidity, it stays wet. It doesn't dry quickly at all. So yeah, pay attention to weather. It gets warm. I'm going to say I'm expecting it to be in the mid 80s to the upper 80s as your highs, even though you'll be inside. There's a lot of people in the building, so it's going to be warm in the building, even in the air conditioning, because there's just so many bodies, so many people in these rooms. It's just a lot of heat generated from that. Yeah, it's going to be warm and it's going to be humid. Might possibly have afternoon, evening showers. Possible. Last year we got super lucky and didn't have any of that rain crap happen. So again, we were lucky. That's rare. I'm expecting, and you should expect, a possible afternoon, evening rain shower. So after the show, it's a possibility. Okay? The next thing is food. There's not a whole lot of food venues there at the Galleria Center in the show, where the show's at. So, snacks. Snacks is a good idea. Bring some snacks. I actually last year never ate a full-blown meal for breakfast or lunch. I just snacked. I drank my coffee in the morning for breakfast, and then I just snacked until it was dinner time, and then went out and got a full-blown dinner. You can save a little bit of money doing it that way, and then that way you don't have to worry about going hungry while you're at the show, or having to leave the show to go get some food. The pit after party is another cool thing. That's kind of down below on the level below where the showroom floor is, and so about an hour or so after the show's over for the day, you can go down to the pit after party area. It's like a big food court type open area with a little bit of seating, and they have drinks and food, and it's a fun after party. Absolutely, if it's your first year, you need to go to that. Preferably Friday night is going to be more of a meet and greet, a lot of people, and just a super fun hangout. Then Saturday, typically, then everybody's kind of found their clique and their main group that they want of people that they want to spend Saturday evening with, and so then they'll either do it at the pit or they'll do it at a restaurant or somewhere else, at one of the Airbnbs that a group of them staying at. A whole bunch will go there and hang out there, so that kind of a thing. So that's what to expect. If it's your first time, it's an opportunity to make new friends. It's finally an opportunity to meet and see and speak with and hang out with face to face with people that you've been watching on YouTube and interacting with on social media. And so that's why a lot of us go to the show, is not so much entirely for the knives, but more so for hanging out with the people that we've been interacting with the rest of the year and not getting to see in person. So finally able to see them in person at the show is really, really cool, and that's what makes it a whole hell of a lot of fun. Alright? Okay, so the next topic I wanted to cover is what to carry, what to bring with you into the show. Okay? Small backpack, not a huge backpack. Please bring a small backpack. 12 to 15, 20 liter size backpack max. Don't bring these massive backpacks that are super wide and stick out super far. It's difficult to navigate through the showroom between all the people and from booth to booth as it is, yet alone to have a whole bunch of people wearing these massive backpacks. So if you're going to bring a backpack, make it a small one, make it compact as possible, okay? Think about everybody else. and be considerate in regards to that. The next thing is some kind of a chair. Manufacturing actually told me about these things last year before going to the show, and it was a damn lifesaver, and absolutely recommend it. These are these little round ones that you can get off of Amazon for less than $25. And they just pop out like so. These are super cool because they're super compact, super lightweight, they're easy to use, they hold a lot of weight the way they're made. So if you're not a stick, then you don't have to worry about being too heavy for those. They hold quite a bit of weight. Very well made, very lightweight and compact. Not a big deal to carry that around with you for at least the first day. It's a huge lifesaver as far as the first day's lines and having to sit in line, for an hour and a half before they open the doors to the show. It's super nice to be able to sit down, and there's not a whole lot of seating in the lobby areas and around the main floor room, so it's kind of nice to be able to have your own chair and kind of just float around. Just grab your chair, set it up, hang out with and talk with this group of people for a little bit, and then pack up and go to another group and then another group. So it's nice to be able to have your own seat, your own chair. So I definitely recommend that. Water bottles. Bring some water. Not everybody enjoys drinking out of fountains over by the bathrooms, and whatever bottles of water or drinks that they sell there, prices are going to be on the higher end for those items. So bring your own if you can. They don't restrict what you bring into the show, really, as long as you're not bringing a freaking suitcase full of food and drinks. They're not. They're okay with you bringing a couple of bottles of whatever. Then that goes for snacks as well. Again, there's a couple of food venues, places that will be there, like Chick-fil-A or whatnot. There's a mall across the street that's got a handful of restaurants and whatnot. And there's a shopping strip kind of away from the show, a couple blocks down the road over, that's got some other food. But it's just nice to not have to be able to leave the showroom and just to have some snacks. I brought some beef jerky and a couple of candy bars, protein bars last year, and that worked out really well for me, just snacking as I was going along. So that's very highly recommend you just bring a bunch of snacks. A mini fan, a little personal mini portable fan, battery powered fan. I saw quite a number of people last year with those. Is again really nice because it gets warm. With how many people, how many warm bodies are in these rooms, even though they're air conditioned, it's hard to control that. It's a lot of heat being generated with all the people in these rooms. They get a little on the warm side. So having a little personal fan is not a bad idea. Some kind of amount of first aid, as far as just a handful of Band-Aids, that kind of thing. Having some Tylenol, ibuprofen, Advil, whatever it is for headaches or for aches and pains from all the walking around that you're doing. That's absolutely bring your own, so that way you're not having to go search for the first aid station to get that kind of stuff. Flashlight, some kind of a small EDC flashlight. It's kind of nice to have to look at things, go through your bag if you're trying to find something in your bag. It's just, an EDC flashlight is nice to have. Notepad and pen. That's great to have so that you can write some, make some notes. If you see a knife that's not going to be out, for retail, prototype that somebody's got, and they give you an estimated time frame, that kind of stuff. That information is nice to write down. Some new vendors, some new knife companies, gear companies that you've not heard of. It's nice to jot that down. Take somebody's phone number and name, that and personal information. It's just nice to have at the show a little notepad. Power bank, some kind of a charging bank, power bank for your phone or your cameras or whatever you've got that you're using. Bring a power bank. Reception, cell phone is going to be shit, but you're going to be taking a lot of photos, taking some videos, maybe. You want to keep your stuff charged up, right? Nothing big, nothing bulky, just something small, compact that charges your stuff up, right? YouTube channel cards. If you got a small to medium YouTube channel, getting yourself out there a little bit more, throwing your name out there, your channel name out there, putting a little bit of contact information, however much you feel comfortable putting on a card to be able to hand to somebody that you meet. It's good to have about 20 to 30 of those cards to be able to hand to people, so that way they're not having to write down all your stuff. The next thing would be some kind of music player with some earbuds, whether it's off your phone or an iPad or iPod or MP3 player, old school MP3 player, with some earphones, so that you can listen to some music. That's a great way to de-stress yourself if you have anxiety issues like I do. I forgot mine last year and was a little pissed. Because it's a nice, pleasant distraction when you get overwhelmed. You go out to the lobby, go hide in a corner by yourself and de-stress. The music helps. Music helps. And also while you're waiting in line for day one to get into the show, for however, 30, 40 minutes or hour and a half, whenever you get there, how early you want to get there to jump into that line. It's nice to be able to listen to some music, but it's also good to talk to people that are right there in the line around you and get to meet some people from some cool places. So, whichever you want to do. A few small Ziploc bags. This is great if you're an organized OCD person like me. All the stickers, big cards, maybe a couple patches, whatever you get, some little trinkets, giveaways that you're gonna receive from different booths. It's nice to have some amount of organization to that. So, some small, heavy-duty Ziploc bags, keep it organized, keep it a little protected, safe is good, not a bad idea. A map of the show. There will be at the main information center. They will have some maps there, but they kind of go fast and they never have enough. So having your own printout, and that's where you can highlight or circle or underline and make some notes on the back of main stuff. Having a plan but not having a plan, just having a very, very loose, flexible plan is a good plan. So yeah. The last and final thing as far as what to carry in your bag or on you per se is some deodorant or body spray. A lot of people, you're gonna sweat. Do us all a favor if you tend to stink after a heavy workout. You know, bring some deodorant or body spray. Freshen yourself up. You know, halfway through the day. I need to. I know I'm going to need to. So I won't forget that. Don't forget that. Something to keep yourself fresh so you don't end up smelling bad. It's a little embarrassing, but so be prepared, right? Wearing good shoes. New insoles maybe. Bring an extra set of insoles maybe. Have two pairs. One, wear one day, wear the other the next day, or wear one during the show and then have a pair that you wear after the show. Whatever you can do as far as making your feet as comfortable as possible, okay? Because it's a lot of walking, and it's a lot of time being on your feet. So try to help your feet out as much as possible in that regards, whether or not you have one pair of shoes, two pairs of shoes, fresh set of insoles, bring an extra set of insoles, that kind of a thing. A very breathable shirt. Stay away from that 100% cotton. Another thing is a sweat rag, something to wipe yourself off with, clean your face off, that kind of a thing. The next thing is 1 to 3 knives. Don't bring more than 3 knives with you into the show. If you're showing a whole bunch of knives, bring out a whole roll of knives. You might get investigated. Not a good idea. Just bring 1 to 2 or maybe 3 to your pride and joys to show off, and that's about it. Count on buying at least 1 knife while you're there. Try to save up some funds to buy at least 1 knife while you're there, right? If you can, do what you can. Don't hurt yourself with that. Travel items is the last and final thing. Whether you're flying or you're taking a bus or a train or a car, motorcycle for me and Doom and maybe 1 or 2 other people. I don't know if there's anybody else besides Beard of Doom and myself that are riding our bikes there. But whatever travel method you're using, a nice little compact pillow, whether it's a little camping pillow or a little blow-up pillow, one of those car pillows, U-shaped pillows, whatever kind of pillow you want is nice to have. And a couple of extra shirts. Again, the humidity sucks. It's going to be hot. Whatever shirts you wear to the show, you might not want to be wearing the rest of the day, the rest of the evening. So packing 1 or 2 extra shirts is a good idea for the sake of that. The next thing is sunscreen. Yeah, I know for the bulk of the time you're going to be inside, but you will be outside at some point during the day, especially waiting in line the first day. And the sun in Georgia and Atlanta is brutal, so you might want some sunscreen. Again, hit up the 2 pairs of shoes, 2 sets of insoles. Take care of your feet. Just take care of your feet. Extra luggage space. Have a little bit extra luggage space in your bag for bringing swag and whatnot back. You might end up with a YouTube channel member gifting you a shirt with their YouTube channel on it. You might end up with a couple of knives, or you might end up with some pamphlet, flyer, poster, whatever, a bunch of little trinket items, other EDC gear. Just have some extra space. And then, alright, the next thing is if you're staying in a hotel, I like having a little night light, just a little glow light to put over by the bathroom or in the bathroom. That way I have a little bit of dimly lit light in the direction of the bathroom, so that I don't have to flip on all the lights, especially if I got a roommate. If you have a roommate, I won't, but you might. It's nice to have a little night light. If you're staying in an Airbnb or a hotel, having a nice little night light is a nice little trick. Alright? Extra charging cords. Don't rely on just one charging cord. You never know what's going to happen. Having to look for that one charging cord. You bring an extra, or 2, or 3, or 5. Sunglasses. Again, the sun is brutal in Atlanta. Bring some sunglasses. Even if you normally don't wear sunglasses, get a cheap pair and have a pair of sunglasses. Combo lock, combination lock, rather than a keyed lock. I prefer the combo locks, so I don't have to worry about a key. But a combination lock for your suitcase when it's in the hotel room, or if it's in the Airbnb. Just, you never know. It's just nice to be able to lock your stuff up, especially the expensive stuff. It's nice to be able to lock that stuff up. So, bring in a combination lock. So here's my backpack. It's a 15 liter. It's the Rip Ruck pack by, who makes it? Mystery Ranch. That's right, and to remember. It's got a nice little Velcro thing, so I can put any new patches that I pick up while I'm at the show. I can display them on my pack there. A small backpack. You don't have to go out and buy an expensive one necessarily if you don't have one already. But don't bring those massive backpacks. I can't stand those. Again, some kind of a chair, whether it's this style or it's the ones with all the legs that kind of connect together like a tent pole does. As far as your travel bags, if you normally don't travel, you know, flying and whatnot, a duffel bag, that's about 30 to 40 liter duffel bag. I like this one very much. I'll put the link. This is my bag that I use for travel. It's a waterproof bag. It's got the separate shoe compartment and all these other zipper a couple of large zipper pockets on the inside. And the outside, it's got MOLLE webbing across it, so I can strap it to the bike very easily, or attach things to it that way. But what's also great about it is it has backpack straps, so I can actually put this on my back like a backpack, which is a very awesome feature to have. So those are my tips and recommendations. If you have any questions, please hit me up in the comment. If there's something that you think I forgot that, you know, should be a definite, you know, bring or do or don't do, look up places to eat, great places to eat in Atlanta. Again, there's the mall across the street that you can walk to that has about 3 or 4 good restaurants, chain restaurants. But there is some good local food. Just don't go to that barbecue place that I don't know who picked that place last year, where the group that I met up with, the handful of guys, we met up with ate dinner at a barbecue place that Thursday night, and it was not great. It was not great. That's about as nice as I'm going to be. And hopefully you'll get some good eats while you're in Atlanta. So yeah, that's it. That's it. Again, throw your thoughts and ideas in the comments section, and if you're going, I hope to see you there. The key is to have fun, hang out with some cool people. The bonus is to look at some neat knives, some new knives, and maybe buy a knife or 2. So yeah, good luck, and enjoy the show, and enjoy the time that you spend with all the people there. Alright, Urban out. Peace.